I don't know if we can keep winning games like this.
Very good.
I don't know how that.
Yeah.
A big three you hit right off the inbound.
Okay.
The one that keyed it. Then we got the steal right afterwards and we keyed it. Got the crowd all into.
He said it was right there. That's the funny thing. It was really right there.
I got tired of saying it. I tell you right there, right there. Saying it every time out. Gotcha, smart player. See,
Very good.
just the kind of import they need. They'll probably change it. It's going 50 points. And
He's perfect. He's a perfect
they
fit.
gotta hit a 50-pointer.
Yeah. He a perfect fit. Especially if Jumar is there. Go ahead.
They're gonna blame him.
Welcome to our post-game press conference. We are joined by our best player of the game, Justin Brownlee, our winning coach, Coach Tim Cohn. First, Justin, you played extended minutes. You're already cramping late the third quarter, but what allowed you to power through this game and play the way you did?
It was just a team effort. The crowd, they came out and gave us energy like they do always. The training staff, they did a great job, working on me in that third quarter so I can get back out there. And, coach just kept telling us like we right there. And, it was hard to see at first, but once we got some momentum and the crowd got going and we just took off from in that fourth quarter.
Justin, when Scotty Thompson made that big three right before the jump, you were signaling him something. You were trying to tell him something. What was the conversation like? And talk about the trust you have in him passing him that ball.
Yeah. Well, just I could tell the way they were defending us. If the ball came to me, nobody was guarding Scotty because I think it was Cruz. He was in between us. So I asked Coach if do we want to take a timeout or if we see something, just take it. And he said, if you see something, take it. So I seen it, and I just had that's the MVP. So I mean, it's easy to have confidence in him. So.
Coach Tim, I caught you in one of the huddles saying 2 to 3 more turnovers, this game is over. But then
You weren't supposed to hear that.
But then, Coach, the NSD spirit was in full effect. What are your thoughts on the effort of the guys and how they responded from those kinds of huddles?
Well, I just want to comment on from the MVP, best import to the MVP. I mean, what a luxury that is for me, right? As a coach, the trust just was there, and he made a great pass, and Scotty made a great shot from the corner. That's not the first 3-point shot he's made to win. Remember the bubble? He made that shot in the corner to beat Morocco in Game 5. But it was looking. I kept telling the guys, it's there for us. We just play a little smarter. We just make a few more plays, and we just, it seemed like we were at the cusp, and then we'd fall back, and at the cusp, and that we'd fall back. And I think that play where Justin got the ball on the inbounds and shot the three, and then I think we got a steal on the inbounds, and I think that just really energized the crowd and energized the whole team. And suddenly, we were playing discouraged basketball because the things just weren't working for us, and it was sapping our energy. The discouragement always saps your energy. And when we made a couple of plays consecutively, all of a sudden we were encouraged, and that energy came back, and the crowd got in it and kept pumping us full of energy. And it's tough. I've been on the other side of that Ginebra crowd for 25, 26 years, and it's tough when that crowd gets going. I'm talking about the other team. It's tough on that other team to make good decisions and make the right plays. So I mean, we owe a win to this. Yeah, it was Justin, it was Scotty, but we owe this win to the 6 man that we had out there. They were great.
Coach Tim, the absence of Christian Stan Hardinger, what were the
Can he go or just, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
What were the adjustments you had to make in game, and how did that made an impact to the way you guys played? Because Stan is a crucial part of that
was-
triangle.
Yeah, it was really difficult. Only because we didn't know Christian wasn't gonna help play until this morning. He woke up, I saw him in practice. I don't know if you saw him, but he clutched on his knee during one of our drills. And then his group left the court. And then he came back on the court with the next rotation. And so I thought, oh, okay, I guess I just kind of dismissed it because, he came out and played again. But he was complaining to the trainers after the practice that it was bothering him. And then he woke up this morning and he almost couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't put any pressure on his leg to get up and stand up. And so he told me this morning, so we had no opportunity to adjust or work on it in practice. And we had guys playing out of position. We had Maya playing out of position. We had, for a while, we had Justin playing out of position. You were playing the 5 for us. He hasn't played the 5 for us in probably 10 years or 5 years. So, I mean, we had all guys all mixed up and it was hard to get any execution done. And so there was just not a flow or a good feel. But what happened was the defense picked up. You didn't have to run the offense anymore because the defense was creating for our offense and the crowd created for us. And so it worked out in the end, but it was a real struggle for the first 44, 46 minutes. It was a real struggle.
We now open the floor to questions from the media.
Ask him first.
Anyone?
They don't like it.
All good? We're good? All right.
Get out of here.
Questions for Coach Tim?
Big time, big time. I think Narge was really one of the biggest keys because he defended CJ down the stretch and CJ was just killing us all night. He was getting downhill off his ball screens. We just couldn't control him off the ball screens, and he was creating so much to the basket. He was kicking to the roller. He was kicking to his shooters. We had a really hard time, and Narge came in and kind of got physical and down and dirty and kind of changed the momentum for CJ, and that was big. That was huge. And then Aljon is the one guy that he knows our system really, really well, and he's the one guy that practices in every position. He'll practice at the 5, he'll practice at the wing, he'll practice at the guard. He's always practicing in different positions. So he was the one guy we kind of relied on. No matter where we put him, he knew what he was doing as opposed to some of the other players. And that's why we kept getting him out there because, again, he gave us a little bit of flow into our offense. And plus, he's a hard-nosed defender and get on the boards. So those two guys were really, really key. Yeah, you're right. That was a good observation.
After winning against unbeaten Magnolia, you are now on the road. So you mentioned previously about not being too high.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one not to be too high from because it's the comeback, the NSD, the whole shebang, and we're going to have to be careful with that. We go off. I leave tomorrow for Jordan, and I'll be away from the team for a little over a week. And so Coach Richard will take over the practices, and they're going to have to. We had Jeremiah was under protocols this whole last week, so he wasn't able to be in practice the whole week. Maya had that bad fall and terra firma game, and he didn't practice until the last day. So those two guys lost a lot of practice time and learning and understanding what we do. So hopefully these 2 weeks. Jamie won't because he'll be with me, but I'm going to do some video work with him while we're there. But Maya will use this time to really get better in terms of understanding. I want to play Maya more. I mean, he is really dynamic player, but he just doesn't understand what we're doing yet. He doesn't have that feel for what we're doing. And so, he needs to learn the system more, but he needs to get out there on the floor, but he needs to get it done in practice first. But slowly but surely, he's going to get his minutes up to that 25, 30, 35 minute level. But, he doesn't lack any of the talent. He doesn't lack any of the athleticism. He doesn't lack any of the skills. but right now he just lacks knowledge. And that's where right now he's our weak link because he doesn't know the game, doesn't know our game like we want him to. So because he's been out and then again he got COVID and he's out. And so it's been a struggle for him to stay in the lineup. But hopefully these next 2 weeks will be really, really key for Maya.
Might lose momentum because of the.
Yeah, the thing is that as long as we stay locked in at practice, and I tell you, Coach Richard does a better job of that than me. Players have a tendency to relax with me because they're, oh, I've just coached him. But with Richard, he's like, "Rrr." And so they really mind their P's and Q's with Richard. So I think they'll have a really good week of practice. Richard's very detailed oriented, so he'll make them focus on their details. And when I get back, I think on the evening of the 14th, I think we have the 15th, 16th, and 17th before we play on the 18th. But then we have bang, bang, bang. We have a whole bunch of games in a row to make up for the schedule. So that's going to be tough for us. But as long as these guys come to practice every day and work, then I think they can keep the momentum going. It's when you get campante and you relax, that's when you lose your momentum. It just happened this morning, so he hasn't seen a doctor yet. As I mentioned, he literally couldn't push off his leg. He's walking now, but with a decided limp, and there is pain when he walks. So we really don't know what it all is yet. The trainer took a look at him, but the trainer was, busy getting us ready for the game, so it didn't take that much time to do it. So now I think post game we'll know a little bit more. And obviously tomorrow morning when he goes, he's scheduled to see the doctor sometime in the morning. So we'll know more after that. The one thing I did say to him, I said, we do have 2 weeks now, which is, if he's going to get it done. I mean, I don't know if this is a long term or a short term, but at least we have 2 weeks to evaluate and try to fix it and get him back ready for the next game. So hopefully it's only a one game miss, but you never know. You never know until, you get that MRI and you see what's going on in there.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much, Coach Tim. Congratulations.